Right. So this was the condition of the Indian economy. This was the features of the Indian economy at the time of its independence. It was very, very backward and very, very stagnating. Now we are going to look for the reasons for backwardness of Indian agriculture sector during the British rule, and it was primarily due to the zamindari system. As I just told you, that during the British rule, the agriculture sector suffered from low productivity. By low productivity, I mean that the output per hectare was very, very low. Okay, we were not able to generate much output per hectare of land. And the main reason behind this was primarily the land tenure system. Land tenure means land taxation system, which was the zamindari system. You must have heard of this term zamindar. Okay, who are zamindars? They are basically big landlords. Okay, so during the British rule, almost the entire village was allocated to big landlord who was called the zamindar. But this zamindar was not the tiller or the cultivator. Tiller as in Tiller. Tiller means the cultivator of the land. Who was the cultivator? The farmer was the cultivator or the tiller of the land. Okay. But what was the zamindar's role then? Zamindar acted as a middleman between the Britishers and the farmer. Okay. The farmers had to pay a certain amount of tax to the zamindar, which was then further deposited by the zamindar to the Britishers. Okay, so the zamindar was not at all concerned about the welfare of the cultivator or the farmer. All he wanted was his tax at a certain period of time. On the other hand, the peasant, okay, the cultivator, he had to endure all the hardships. He would cultivate the land, okay, and because it was not his land, he did not make any effort to improve the quality of the land. As a result, the quality of the land remained poor. Neither the zamindar nor the farmer made any improvement in context to the improving the quality of the land. They did not put in any fertilizers or manures. Neither did they use scientific techniques of production like crop rotation, etc. Next, we go on to the next reason for the agricultural backwardness was poor technology. Okay, the technology used by the Indian farmers were very, very poor. As I told you, they did not make any efforts. The farmer was not concerned with improving the quality of the land. Why? Because it was not his land. The land belonged to the zamindar. Okay, so the technology which was used was very, very poor. There were no canals built. There was no irrigation system which was developed. The farmer primarily remained dependent upon the monsoon for the irrigation of the farms. Right? They did not add in any manures or fertilizers. They did not follow any crop rotation. Children, you know what is crop rotation? I'm sure you must have studied it in your earlier classes, but I'll just tell you this. Crop rotation is not growing the same crop year after year, season after season. Why? Because it takes away all the nutrients from the soil. So crop rotation means that you rotate the crops. Okay, 1 year if you are growing potatoes, the next year you grow some other crop so that the soil replenishes its fertility. Right? So the technology which was used was very, very poor. There was no scientific instruments like tractors. They were not to be heard of. Okay. Now the land holdings remained small and fragmented. Okay. What are small and fragmented land holdings? Small, you understand, is small. And fragmented matlab बिखरे हुए, not in one place. Okay, and what exactly is the land holding? Land holding is a land size. Okay, so the size of the farm land was so small that it became impossible to use scientific technology on it. It was very, very expensive to use tractors and dig canals in a small piece of land. Okay. Also, the land holding remained fragmented. Fragmented मतलब एक जगह इकट्ठे नहीं होके इधर उधर होना. Okay. So that was also one of the reason for low productivity of the agriculture sector. Then one of the things which the Britishers did was they led to commercialization of agriculture. Okay. Now commercialization of agriculture, what is that? Commercialization means that growing agricultural crops with the purpose of selling in the market. Okay. This was commercialization of agriculture. Now, please remember, this is a positive contribution of the Britishers. Now, what did the Britishers do? They encouraged the farmers to grow cash crops. Cash crops matlab those crops which can be used as raw materials like cotton, indigo, tea, coffee, jute. Farmers were encouraged to grow these crops so that these crops could be exported to Britain. Okay, and this made change the outlook of the farmers. They started growing for with the purpose of selling in the market. Earlier, the farmers used to do what we call as the subsistence farming. Okay, earlier the farmers used to do subsistence farming. As I'll just tell you about that. Subsistence farming is a type of farming which is done for self-consumption instead of selling in the market. That means the farmer would just grow those crops which could be used by him at home to fulfill the needs of the family. But Britishers said that you do commercialization, you grow cash crops which could be sold in the market. It led to the improvement of agriculture on one hand, but on the other hand, it led to scarcity of food grains in India. Why? Because all the farmers, they wanted money and they started growing cotton and jute with the purpose of selling them in the market, which led to shortage of food grains like rice and wheat in India. Okay, so there was a scarcity of food grains in India, which was again a problem. Apart from these problems, when the Britishers left, they did the partition of India. They divided India into two parts, India and Pakistan, you know that. And furthermore, initially Pakistan was East Pakistan and West Pakistan. East Pakistan is what is now known to us as Bangladesh. Now, why was it a setback for India? It was a setback for India because the paths which went to Pakistan were highly fertile. They were very, very well irrigated. If you look at the map, if you know the geography of India, you know that, where Bangladesh is, that is, Ganga Brahmaputra Delta, which is very, very fertile for growing jute. And the parts of Pakistan were highly fertile. They were very, very good for the, plantation and growth of cotton. So this was again a setback for Indian agriculture, that the partition was done. All right, so these were the reasons which led to backwardness of the Indian agriculture during the British rule. The main reasons were because of zamindari system, poor technology, small and fragmented land holdings, commercialization of agriculture, and because of the problems were further compounded because of partition. So because of this reason, the agriculture sector remained backward during the British rule, and even though there was increase in the land under cultivation, the agriculture sector remained really very backward, and we have more than 80% of the population which was dependent on agriculture, but its contribution to the GDP and its growth remained extremely poor. Yes, so basically we need to look at once again these terms. Commercialization of agriculture, as I told you, it is production of crops with the aim to sell in the market. The Britishers encouraged the farmers, Indian farmers, to do this, to go in for commercial agriculture, due to which they started growing things which could be sold in the market like cotton and jute. And instead of they doing subsistence farming, what they initially used to do was subsistence farming, which means production of crops to fulfill the needs of the family instead of selling in the market. Earlier, the Indian farmer would grow, variety of crops like rice, wheat, potatoes. Why? Because he was producing whatever he could, which could be used in the market. But now he moved from subsistence farming to commercial agriculture. But because of commercialization, what happened? It led to scarcity of food grains in India, right? Yes, so we'll stop here today. We'll stop at the backwardness of Indian agriculture during the British rule. We'll stop here, and tomorrow we are going to discuss about the other sectors, the industrial, the foreign trade sectors. We will be doing that in the next class tomorrow. Thank you, children. If there are any doubts or difficulties, please WhatsApp me. Thank you.